All right, and welcome into the November 5th edition of the podcast. I'm Brian. We got our panel down here. We got Sosa, got Izzo, and got Jason down here. We're going to talk about a few things tonight. Hope everybody had an amazing weekend. Everybody's good.
Yeah, man.
You guys good down there?
Yeah, we good up here.
Sad. Sosa, you good?
Yeah, I might.
All right. All right. So today is, like I said, November 5th. Election day is tomorrow. Make sure everybody goes out and votes. It's very important. If it wasn't so important, there wouldn't be so many people trying to stop voting and doing so many different things to try to deter everybody from voting. So make sure you get out there, stand in line as long as you have to. Here in South Carolina, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, but I hope that doesn't stop people from going. Put a plastic bag over your head.
Or a shower cap.
Or something. Carry a poncho.
It's umbrellas, maybe.
Oh yeah, those are viable.
Yeah, I mean, you sound like you're trying to kill people at the voting polls.
People still carry umbrellas. I didn't even know they still sold umbrellas.
I mean, brother, you
Where you been
put a plastic bag over your head.
Jesus Christ!
I'm not saying go put a plastic bag over your face.
Golly,
You don't want nobody to die immediately.
At you.
Yeah, but yeah, things are getting kind of weird here. Of course, we got the saying there's supposed to be a militia meeting up with this caravan. Every week there's something different with this caravan.
No, that's
and
crazy.
I think they're running this thing off fear. They're staring people with fear, thinking that everybody's going to come jump over this fence with like machetes or something, chopping up folk. And they've said it on Fox News. They like that surprised me when they admitted it on Fox News that there was actually women and children in the front of this thing. So, in my mind, these militia guys, these untrained militia guys, are going down here with guns, pointing guns at women and children to show how cold-hearted these people are.
I mean, but even if it was nothing but a bunch of guys down there, that's still crazy to think that you're gonna just take a whole bunch of armed militia and just start busting off shots. I mean, how's that gonna make America look? And what's that gonna start? And where's that gonna lead us?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we already look bad.
Yeah.
It's going to take us on a whole new level. Everybody arm yourselves. I kind of feel like right now, if you're not coming in the caravan, but you're already in the States, you're kind of like over enemy territory anyway. If you're not a supporter or a Trump humper, as I call them.
Yeah, not even a thumper, a humper. I agree.
Yeah. So after a while, those guns that they have pointed all at our borders and at all these people that's just trying to seek asylum, they're going to start turning them around to the people that are already here.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of time before they start trying to find ways that the black people ain't really supposed to be here.
Sensationalism got them, and they don't understand. Like, they're the ones that are prisoners of their own fucking fears.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I look at it. Because all the things they think are a problem are not really the problem. And the problem actually they're facing is the people they keep voting for.
Mm.
That's all it is. The people they keep voting for have them disenfranchised and feeling that way. But they're too silly to understand that. And I'm feeling silly because I'm going to vote tomorrow.
How far are you going to go back on that, though? You said it's only a matter of time before they make it seem like there's a reason that black folks shouldn't be here, right? But in reality, there's nobody here that wasn't an immigrant. So how far are you going to go back?
That's the basis of everybody's argument that nobody's paying attention to. Mm. This country is based on immigrants. It was founded on immigration, illegal immigration.
Yeah, I mean, as we straight up came over here, took the people that was here, raped and pillaged and murdered and killed, and then said, "Hold up, why are you trying to attack us?" And then made it look like they were wrong for us taking over their land. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I say that I'm European. I'm also Native American, and so it's crazy for me because I see both sides of it. But it's like you just gotta be real with the history.
Yeah, it comes a point when you actually got to look at it like, this is wrong. This is wrong. And then the Native American land that people actually still live on, they're saying that they can't even vote because they don't have addresses.
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
I've heard that type of shit.
Yeah, just go vote. Do the right thing. I don't really care who you vote for. A lot of people died for you to vote, and not too long ago. So get your ass up, go vote, do your damn thing, come back home, make a sandwich, go to sleep, whatever you got to do. I mean, I'm pretty sure your job is okay with you going to vote. If you do it in 5 minutes, take another hour. Go home, take a nap. That's what I would do. But
fired
immediately. All right, so now that we're done with that, let's get on to some topics.
Yeah.
First thing we want to talk about tonight is this teacher here was pushed to the boiling point, the breaking point, by a young man.
The tipping point.
Didn't know how to shut the hell up and sit his ass down. So the boy took a 2-piece to the face.
You mean like churches?
Yeah, he took that. So, see, the thing is that and I hope I told the story correctly. There was a student that was acting unruly in a teacher's class. If you watch the full video, you hear the teacher repeatedly saying, "Sit down, please sit down. You can go to the office. You can get out of my classroom." Blah blah blah. Teacher walks away from the student 2 or 3 times. Every time he turns around, the student's right there in his face. Everybody has a breaking point. We're all human. You push somebody enough, you're gonna catch the horns. You'll say, mess with the bull, get the horns.
Yes, sir.
So eventually, teacher couldn't take anymore. Swung on the kid. Quick too. I mean, he was fast. This dude is ex-military. I didn't notice the T-shirt until one of y'all said it.
He had an airborne insignia on him. Like, I'm assuming he was former military, but that's what that was. And I'm like, if that's the case, that dude picked the wrong one to step to.
Yeah. So he swung on him quick. The thing that he shouldn't have done, I mean, of course he shouldn't have hit a kid, but you push somebody enough, you're gonna swing on them. I can't fault him for that. After he swung on him, he chased the boy. You probably shouldn't have taken it that far, because at that point he was just going off pure rage, and I want to put harm on this dude at that point. I think
that's absolutely where it went wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, because when you talk about self-defense, right? So if the kid or not, if the kid punches you or hits you or comes towards you in an attacking manner, you have the right to defend yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as soon as that kid retreats, if you follow, you are now the aggressor. So that's where he messed up.
Yeah, that's probably right. I don't fault him. I mean, when you see red, man, you see red. There's no stopping that.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between you knowing when a situation is getting bad, stopping the situation before it escalates, and then moving on. And then there's pure rage. Pure rage, there's no reasoning. I'm going to hurt you, and I want you to stop moving. And that's where the teacher was at that point. That wasn't defensive fighting. At that point, he was just trying to kick the boy ass.
Yeah. I mean, part of me is like, man, it's the parents' fault, because these kids should have got their ass whooped at home. If they'd have got their ass whooped at home, they wouldn't be in school acting like that.
That's the parents' fault.
Huh?
That's 100% the parents' fault.
Because I'm be real with you, man. I didn't play with my pops or my moms like that. I wasn't going to school trying to go off on no teacher.
Hell no.
I think we were all raised at that stage where it was like, don't embarrass me outside this house.
Or I will whip your ass inside this house. Right.
So now you got these parents that are like, that teacher better not touch you. If that teacher touch you, you come back and tell me, you're not her child. They shouldn't be doing this, blah, blah, blah. And and that student goes to school knowing that. Nobody can touch me.
Principal, thinking they can say whatever and not no type of consequence. You're right.
No matter what I say, teacher can't touch me.
Can I ask Sosa a question? Sosa quiet over there.
Yeah, what's up?
What type of things you tell like your son or daughter when it comes to like respect in school, or if people hit them, like what did you tell them to do?
For if people hit them back.
Okay.
That's just That's just off the top. That's number one rule growing up. I don't care what what anyone says now. As far as teachers, the teacher's right, and the teacher's right for two reasons. They're the adult, and they're the ones that control your grade. So if you build a rapport
Yeah.
and you're on right at a C, they could be like, you know what? I'll spot you those couple points to get you a B.
Yeah.
Because it's all a hustle. It doesn't matter if it's grammar school, high school, college. It's all the same thing. Well, yeah, teachers put the points in the computer. That can be manipulated.
You're right. I did that for my African history class my last semester. I swore I was gonna fail and ended up with a C+ because I kept going to the office.
But,
Playing politics.
again, number one, that's the adult. It's you're still an adult. You still have to respect the fact that they're an adult. Now they give you problems. That's my job to step in. But this kid was baiting the teacher.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly. He was a victim of baiting.
You're not. My son is not going to bait no teacher.
Oh no.
Because after the teacher beat his ass, and I'm going to beat him.
And so you have to be able to tell. I think, and like I'm not a parent, but you have to be able to tell your kids the difference between being picked on,
Right.
and then just a teacher being a teacher.
And
Because everybody.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying a teacher, an instructor has to maintain control over their classroom.
Control, order, yes.
Yeah. So they can't just let you do everything you want to do, sit on the desk, talk in the middle of class, blah, blah, blah. There has to be some sort of discipline. Of course, they don't do corporal punishment or whatever it is called anymore. You can't paddle students, So they have to do it in a certain way. And I don't think kids are being told how to take this kind of criticism.
So I think the thing that drives me crazy on that is like they should though. And that goes back to what I said before. If there's authority in the home and there's order in the home, then when you get outside the home, you should act under that same authority. You know what I'm saying? It's not like this kid respects authority inside the house and then he gets out the house and all of a sudden he's like, oh, I'm the authority now. It don't work like that. So for him to act like that in that room, there has to be some sort of parallels to what's going on at home. See what I'm saying?
Maybe. I still have a problem with authority. But I had both parents in the house ready to beat me down if I acted up.
Yeah, I mean, a problem with authority versus,
I mean, day,
you wouldn't have stepped up to none of your teachers like that.
Oh, yeah, it was kind of hard. No, I mean, I hated teachers, but at the same time, it was okay. They're still the teacher, so yeah, nah.
There you go.
And that was weird because we're at the age where the teachers in school are our classmates, the people we went to school with.
Yeah.
So it's like, your mannerisms, your temperament, what you can and can't take. So you can kind of put yourself in that situation like, I'd have done the same thing. When if we were watching that same video and we were 14, 15 years old, we was like, oh, that teacher was completely wrong. He had no business doing that. Teacher's supposed to be able to take this stuff and go along about their business. Which ain't true.
Okay. Did you ever have a teacher who was a football coach?
Yeah.
I had
social studies.
None of them played it.
Oh no, you would sit your happy ass down as soon as they give a look. You knew better.
And if this teacher was ROTC teacher, then he had problems.
Because you had an ROTC student in that class with you, like, y'all better shut up. This man, he don't play.
Right.
He is off his rockers.
Yeah. So I mean, I like I said, I kind of blame the parents because I've seen a lot of parents coddle their kids and tell them how special they are and nobody can do this to you and nobody can do that to you. And then the kid goes out and then they have these friends who heard the same thing and their powers combine and they become like this fucking Megazord brat ass kid that the parents don't even know. Some of these kids go to school and become completely different people.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So maybe that boy is probably the quietest, most polite respectful kid you ever seen when he home. But when he get out of the house, that's who he turns into.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. But
Yeah.
I tell you this, for me, now my little girl is nowhere near that age, right? But I'm gonna tell her very similar to what my parents told me. You know, you be respectful and you try and take care, make sure that you're good to everybody else, and you walk away from everything you possibly can. But if it gets to that point where you getting bullied or you getting pushed in that corner, you fight your way out that corner.
You do have to, or else
That's
it's
right.
going to continue. A lot of
And
parents do tell the kids not to do anything, but I don't think this day and age that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I
Even
can
when I
promise
was
you right
younger.
now that I'm a train my little girl to walk away from everything, but be able to throw them hands if she got to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
because
know
some
the
of the
problem with
things
that?
we used to hear, like I used to get bullied. So the things that I was told to go to school and say didn't work. It was like, say this and this and this, and your mama love you, ain't
No.
nobody don't care. Oh, okay, mama, I'm gonna go say that.
Mm.
Right.
And they
I'm
start
not
bullying.
saying
My
that.
mama love me. Nah, don't do that.
Your mama
Now
love you, but
dog, if I'm a bystander, I'll be like, what the fuck does that mean?
My mama said ain't nothing wrong with me, and she loved me.
I'll be like, shit, this nigga about to get his ass whooped.
Okay, water boy.
See, if I was in school with you, I'd have to step up for you just for saying that, though, man. I'd have to step up and get shoulder to shoulder and knuckle up with you, man.
No, I'd have just been
Yeah.
startled by the comment.
You just gotta start talking
But
to
now we
yourself.
gotta
And bring
worry
that
about that.
shoulder. You be like, Mom, I hear the voice, Mom. I hear the voice. They'll leave you
Oh,
alone.
Lord.
What you say? What you say, Sosa?
Now we gotta worry about bullies have to start getting worried about getting shot now.
You're absolutely
Because of
right.
that
I didn't even think about that
tragic
piece.
incident, in North Carolina. I mean, and I'm scared because my son got a mouth. So
Wonder where he gets
know.
it from.
yeah, he's in shape.
Your genes are strong, so
Yeah, but see, that's the scary part because
I hear him,
these kids,
huh?
everybody parents got guns, and ain't nobody locking no guns up. They just like put them in the drawer. Your kids know where they are. You don't touch your kids how to use the guns, and then you just bring them to school.
Yeah, I don't,
I mean,
I don't know.
so hold on. So I disagree with that a little bit only because if you teaching your kid how to use the gun and you teaching them the right mannerisms with a firearm, then they're not going to take it to school in the first place.
Bro, you talking about an unreasonable, unrational, hormone-driven, anger-driven, pent-up, aggressive, having-ass little boy.
I mean, I feel you because I was that once, but I also was raised around guns, and I ain't never took one to school and fired it off.
Yeah, but for every
Right,
100
but
that
it's
don't,
a different
there's
time
one
now.
that will.
It's
What?
a
You know what I'm
different
saying?
time.
But if there's one that will, then there's absolutely telltale signs. That means that the family and the friends ain't paying no attention to this person. Like,
Well, from what they say, there ain't no telltale signs because little boy he's been a great student. He is a good kid at church. He is a good kid in Cub Scouts. I'd have never thought he'd have shot up 82 people.
there's telltale signs.
Hmm.
I mean, think about it. You meet some sexy chick at the club somewhere, right? There's telltale signs on whether she gonna come home with you or not, right?
I
I
don't
don't even
know.
know what you're talking about.
There's
I
telltale
don't know
signs.
where you going with this.
What's about to happen, right? There's
What?
telltale signs. We're humans. We don't just like snap and just start pulling triggers. Like there's signs. There's stuff that leads up to stuff.
Yeah, but nobody pays attention to the signs, which is bad.
No,
Exactly. That's the point. That's the
I
root
mean,
cause right
think
there.
about it. Think about it. If you paid attention to every single sign that somebody might shoot somebody, you end up with more than half of the school in jail.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
everybody has something weird about them. Oh, he got too angry over this girl breaking up with him. He might shoot up the school. Oh, he didn't get the lunch he wanted. Oh, he might shoot up the school. Oh, his parents getting divorced. He might shoot up the school.
Hell, I
So
went
you
to school
can't-
in the Marilyn Manson phase. Those kids were into that shit.
Yeah.
Trench coats
Scary.
and shit.
In my opinion, all the motherfuckers need to be locked up.
Exactly.
And how you gonna look at somebody? That's messed up right there.
You just said you got to pay attention to the signs, right?
Yeah, pay attention.
So now
to the
you're saying
signs,
how you
but
going to look at them, and that's a sign.
No, man, you just stereotyped the hell out of a person and said that because of who they are, you gotta watch their telltale signs that they might shoot up the place. Now that's messed up. That's all the way messed up. Think about it now. That's the same thing as if a white lady's walking down the street and two black guys pass her and she clenches her purse.
I mean, you're right.
It's the same thing.
Well, see what you're saying, Jason, is now you got to teach kids how to differentiate signs of being violent and just a personality trait. So we got to have psychology class in high school.
Oh man, you said that these people that wore like makeup and dark eyeliner and trench coats, that's who you had to watch out for because that's their telltale sign.
Because that's a sign. Wouldn't that be a sign?
No, that's just what they wearing and how they want to look.
But if wasn't there a trench coat mafia when we were younger?
Columbine was. Yeah, the Columbine thing is what triggered it. And I'm not saying before that I was scared of them, but it's like, whoa, they look just like those kids off that like footage I saw.
So during that whole trench coat mafia phase, if somebody came in trench coat, blacked out, black hat, black eyeliner, all that stuff, is that not a sign for you?
So if you're putting it in a context of Columbine just happened, and a week later, kids that never wore that type of clothing comes in, automatically changed, then yes, that's a telltale sign. That's a copycat type of telltale sign. But if Columbine didn't just happen and you got people that dress like this every single day, no, that's not no telltale sign.
Listen, I'm on your side with this. I know what you're saying. You can't go around judging people on the things they do. But if you are going to do that, then these are things that you have to look out for.
I don't know.
That's all I'm saying.
And I feel bad for the teachers and the parents because if you're the like, let's take this situation that happened in North Carolina. The fight happened on like a Friday, and let's say it happened in the middle of the week. So you're asking a teacher to look at telltale signs for like 10 kids.
Nah,
more and that's 3. If they have one class and go home.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And if you're talking about the classes around here, I mean, those teachers are well overworked. I mean, you're talking 30, 40 kids in a classroom.
I can see where a lot of things fall through the cracks.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
They do. Because
but it's not just on that teacher though. I mean, it's
on the parent leaving a gun out.
Well, not only that, I'm talking about. I mean, the gun should absolutely be up in a safe, probably fingerprinted or something like that. But what I'm saying is, it's not just on the teacher on the telltale signs. The family, the friends,
you're right.
The congregation at church, leaving the bullies. The bullies should be able to look at somebody and be like, I'm pushing this kid a little bit too far.
Right.
Yeah. But then again, you're dealing with irrational, illogical little kids who want power.
Yeah.
So don't ask a bully to use rationale when he's beating somebody up and taking their money. No. I think I pushed little Terry a little too hard today. I think we need to take a look at his Facebook page, see if he wants to kill me.
Oh, shit.
That's not
and then there's that social media.
Yeah,
there's telltale signs on social media.
Absolutely. To be honest with you, every time it's happened, there's been blogs and videos and something on Facebook. So, but who's
y'all keep on talking? The more y'all talking, the more you proving my point. Keep on.
No, talking. I mean, you got a point. You got a legit point. But that's when that's going to cost more money. Unfortunately, and nobody wants to spend money. You're going to have to hire. You're going to have to create a separate branch to monitor kids' social media that go to a certain school, and every school is going to have people.
I mean, that's actually not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea.
That's actually a pretty good idea, Brian.
I still feel like a lot of these veterans who are retired, they should just start patrolling parking lots. Of course, go through a background check because we don't want no pedophile or extra PTSD, medicated veteran. But
see, that's the thing. And then when you get these veterans out here, these kids still don't have respect. That teacher was a veteran, I believe, and they'll come out with that later on. And they pushed him. They pushed him to the limit. And he was just a veteran who just wanted to punch this kid. Imagine like a Marine who done been to Vietnam and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
you kill him.
I agree because I wouldn't. That's why I'm having second thoughts about doing ROTC because I'd Bane slam a kid.
Yeah. So don't do ROTC. You just think about teaching at your school, at your kid's school.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's a different time. It's a different era. Everything's out there. Everything's out there to see.
Yeah. So it's so scary because it's just like regular life is being penetrated by evil. I mean, the last thing that happened where these people were at a yoga studio. I mean, who is going to think that somebody is going to come into a yoga studio and start shooting? It's yoga.
Yeah, it's a place of tranquility. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly what I was going to say.
It's yoga. And of course, one of the people that the person that was being targeted was it was politically motivated. The shooting was politically motivated. I found that out. So it's like this is regular life. You can't even go about your business anymore. I used to say the safest place I used to think on the planet was the toilet. Nobody would come at you while you're on the toilet.
Okay.
Stories.
Who's ever been killed on the toilet?
Okay. I mean, that's like the most vulnerable spot though, because
I was about to say, I think if somebody is robbing your house and they plan on killing you, they would wait for you to come out the bathroom before they did it. Now you go ahead, man. Go ahead. They'll be like, wash your hands, and as soon as you wash your hands, open the door.
Oh man,
it's the safest place on the planet.
I'm gonna have to put a gun safe next to the toilet now.
But it's just scary, man. I went to the movies this weekend, and that's all I thought about. Most of the movie was like somebody can come here, and every time somebody moved, I flinched. I said it last week. I mean, it's sad that it's got you at that point, but that's just where we are.
Did Sosa just flip his table?
He flipped his lid.
So what do you think about
that was funny?
What do you think about the father that like took the bully and bought him clothes when he was bullying his kid?
He's lucky that turned out as well as it did.
Yeah, but
I need an update on that.
Oh, an update? Oh, wow.
I don't know the update. I'm just
it's admirable because I ain't that big of
the
a
update,
man.
or you need to know the story.
No, I'd have fucked that kid up. I'd have fucked his parents up. I'd have beat shit out of everybody in the household.
See, and that's everybody's reaction. He should have just beat the kid up. But after you beat the kid up, what happens after that? We got to start thinking about 10 years, 5 years in advance.
But I'm not a good person. I don't fucking care.
You think you're not a good person, but I think you got it in you.
For my seeds, I'm not a good person. If you fuck with my seeds, it's a wrap, dude.
Well, we get that.
Because you say you've been bullied. I've been bullied. Like, not just by one race, fucking across the fucking spectrum. I'm not in it. I went to private schools. I was a financial aid kid at private schools. So I didn't have it like that. My parents definitely didn't have it like that. So I understand every child has to go through trials and tribulations. That's a fact. On a parent's end, we don't want for them to suffer, but in order for them to be strong, they have to suffer. So you're on a fence and you're like, what do I do? Do I let them suffer so they can be tough, or do I keep them shielded because I love them?
Suffering is extreme. Going through the process and then finding out how to get out of it, that's probably what you want your kids to do. But like,
they got to go
going through it to the point where their personality starts changing, and their track in life starts changing. That's when you want to kind of step in, I believe.
Right, but you still, when do you, like as a parent, you're always going to be, when do I step in? And it's like, okay, so this kid was bullying whatever, and then the guy went and bought. I feel for the kid. First of all, I feel for the kid. I wouldn't have did it though. I'm sorry. I can't find it in my heart to have done that if he's fucking with my kids.
So what I want to know is like how does his own son view this, or how does it affect his own son?
Right.
Yeah.
You supposed to be on
my dad rewarded this kid.
Right.
Whooping my ass and bullying me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure if the dad did that, then he's already covered what was going on.
He should. I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah. He's already told his son, you know, I understand what's going on, blah, blah, blah. We're going to try a different approach. And at that point, when you're taking the kid out to buy him stuff, you've already done everything else that you could have possibly done. You don't talk to the kid's parents. Hopefully, you don't talk to the kid's parents. You don't talk to the kid. You don't talk to your son. You don't talk to the administration. You talk to the teachers, blah, blah, blah. And this is the last thing I can try to do. Sit down with this kid, let him know how our life is, let him know where my son is coming from. So maybe there's some common ground we can go on. Now, if that could have gone, like I said, completely wrong, it could have put his son in power. My daddy bought you clothes, you broke bastard. You know, my daddy did more than your daddy did for you. Where your daddy at? You know, it could have went completely wrong, but and we don't know what happened after that. We do need an update.
Yeah,
I can tell you right now, he said everything that Brian just said. And he stole the dude girlfriend.
Or even if it wasn't the boy saying it, the school knows.
Yeah,
so we know how evil kids are.
Social media. Now everybody knows I'm fucking poor. And I need another daddy to fucking take care of my shit. I'm shooting the fucking school up.
Yeah. So what about this kid's daddy?
Jesus Christ, that escalated quick.
And then what about this kid's daddy? How he feel?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, what does he come in? Does he come in now and he come at the kid that was getting bully's daddy and be like, you don't buy my son shit? You know what I'm saying? Now he's bullying the daddy.
No, I'm not criticizing the father. I'm not criticizing the father. I'm just.
These are just all the things that's going to come at them. Now, of course, before he even put the story up, he probably did have to ask the parents if he could have posted it, or the mom, if he could, you know, report the story or whatever. But still, there's going to be some kind of feelings about that.
Yeah.
But if it worked, right? If it works, it could completely change his son and that bully's life forever.
I mean,
for the better. And I'm a good dude. I like to think that I'm a good man, and I try and take the high road on a lot. I'm with Sosa though. I don't know if I could have done that.
No.
But I'm curious. I mean, because it could go really good, it could go really, really bad. Like that's a big gamble that he took.
If I didn't beat up all the bullies who ever fucked with me, I would probably be one of those. I wish I could see my childhood bully right now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I can't. That's why I can't see myself doing that for anyone else. But
yeah, I mean,
since I fucked all y'all up, I don't fucking care.
When you're bullied, and I'm talking about this from somebody who was bullied. When you're bullied, and it's like the same person over and over again, and nothing ever happens to this guy, and this guy goes out and flourishes, it leaves like a pain.
Oh, there's a scar.
There's a scar. And like I said, I'm speaking personally. I had a bully, you know, a few years ago.
Oh, we should beat his ass.
Dude, no, he's dead.
Oh
shit. That escalated quickly.
Yeah, he got killed.
I'm tripping on a few years ago you were getting bullied though.
No.
Oh.
A few years ago he got killed. I had a bully, and a few years ago he got killed.
I was like, bro, all you had to do is say like 2 words. That would have been real quick.
That was just a bully from like elementary, middle school. A few years ago he got killed, and instead of me being bigger in the situation and being like, I'm sorry he's passed and blah blah blah, a part of me was like, good.
Yeah, that's nature. That's natural.
Yeah, because you're left with that coldness, you know. And apparently this father didn't want that to happen with his son. Maybe he was bullied too, so he's trying to bridge something between the two kids.
I mean, that's great.
Yeah, it just could have went really, really bad.
Yeah.
You know, but that's with anything that you try that's out of the box.
Yeah. I mean, I
That's the
commend them
chances
for
you
trying
take.
something different.
It's tough being a parent, man. Nobody, fuck the books. You see what your parents go through, and people gonna criticize how you raise your kids. But bitch, you ain't putting in on this child support, so fuck you.
Since you have opinions on how I should be raising my kids,
right? Put in on this one.
My kid needs some sneakers.
I'm trying to figure out why John being so quiet over there. He ain't talking about how he raising his kids.
This motherfucker here.
What?
Ain't no kids over here. I ain't happy to nobody.
One thing I want to touch before I take off. The double standards in raising children, men and girls and boys. So my daughter's 18, my son's 14. No way in hell would I have let my daughter go out at 14 and come back at like 11 o'clock. She went to a haunted house and she took my son. And she's like, you let Mercy get away with everything, blah, 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 blah. And he could probably have a girlfriend at his age and blah, 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 blah. And I said, you're right. And he said, she's shocked. She thought I was going to say no. And I was like, you know why? She was like, why? Because if you bring home a kid, guess who's raising it? Me and you. If Mercy bring home a kid, guess who's raising it? Me and you. Probably the girl's fucking family.
Yeah.
Because one thing I told my son, I've been telling him for at least 10 years, you're going to be a man. I can't make another man make his son be a man, but I can make my son be a man. So, and she got it, but that's still a double standard, Daddy. I was like, yeah, fuck. So I don't know. I just, with the bullies and this and that, it's just, I mean, there's, for whatever reason, there's just separate rules, different rules for everybody.
Yeah, I think, and this is coming from somebody who don't have kids. I got to keep putting that disclaimer out there. But I think, but I was raised by a single mother for most of my life. Now, I think with raising a boy, you can raise a boy with certain ideals and beliefs and understandings what he's not supposed to do to and with a female.
Yeah.
You know, and you can instill that in him and you can put that in his head and you can make him understand. And, you know, he goes out in the world and treats people the way you told him. You can't tell somebody else's son how to treat your daughter.
Nope.
Right.
So when she goes out and meets these guys or hangs out with these guys, you don't know what the hell they've been told. And let's be honest. The guy is most of the time the aggressor.
Yep.
You know, so it's scary when you it's more scary when you send your daughter out to the aggressors than sending your son, who's supposed to be the aggressor, but you taught him better, out into the world.
Yeah, he's a nice guy that's going to get shit on.
Well, that's just going to have to be his life.
Yeah, I think,
and then he'll
with the girl, right, with the daughter, all you can really do there is show your daughter how a man's supposed to treat a woman. And you do that twofold, by how you treat her mom and how you treat her. You know what I'm saying? And then if you instill the way that a man's supposed to treat a woman into her the right way, then when she goes out there, she's only going to be attracted, hopefully, right, to the men that's going to treat her right to some degree. But I mean, it's still exactly what you said. Like what Brian said, it's like you can treat your son how to, or you can teach your son how to treat a woman, but you can't teach somebody else's son how to treat a woman. So that's just my 2 cents. I agree with what Brian said, but I also think that that's the next step on, because I have a little girl and that's my plans. You know, you gotta instill in her what a good man is.
Yeah. If I have a daughter, you know, God bless, if God decides to bless me with a kid, if I have a daughter, she's taking boxing like starting at age 3. You know, you see that little girl that punching trees down? That's gonna be
yeah. That wilded me out. I'm like, oh, ain't nobody shooting shots at that.
Yeah,
So,
she's
so
throwing
you said
hands.
you're gonna have a vanilla baby?
A what?
You said you're gonna have a vanilla baby?
I'm not even paying you no attention.
Hey,
Anyway,
you said that little girl punching the trees was your little girl.
no, I said that's gonna be like what my daughter's gonna be doing.
Yeah,
punching
vanilla.
trees down.
Little braids, little vanilla baby punching trees.
She's gonna have a little calluses on her knuckles.
That sounded racist.
But I mean, that's just the way you have to be now. Because apparently she's gonna, if your daughter is attracted to successful people, then apparently successful people have this obligation or feel like they have an obligation to do whatever they want to other people. And I don't want my daughter to be a victim. So she gonna throw hands. She gonna be Colombiana in this bitch.
Oh God.
Good movie.
What, racially ambiguous? Oh, my bad.
I can't.
I had to bring it back.
I can't win.
Yeah.
Well, that's just where we are. Because little boys can tell you who they are in the house, but to be completely different on the outside. So you got to put the fear of God in them.
I think the other difference is too, though. If I have a son and I treat him, teach him the right way, and he goes.
You got a son?
I said, if I got a son.
Oh, okay.
If
he's working on it.
And I want a son. And I teach him the right way, and he goes out there and he acts like a complete asshole and does everything the opposite. When he gets home, I can whoop his ass. Yep. Like I can straight put boxing gloves on him and beat him down like my daddy did me, right? I can't do that to a little girl.
No.
Just make sure you do it inside of your fence so the people ain't watching trying to call the cops on you.
I wish they would, man.
I'm just letting you know.
People love minding other people's business.
They do, because they ain't got nothing good going on in their own life.
That's a pet peeve of mine. That is a pet peeve. When you start sweeping around somebody else's porch and your house dirty.
Here come these country sayings.
All right, Mr. Chi-Town. Chi-Town.
Sorry, Yankee.
Is Chicago technically like Yankee?
I don't know. We if you from up north, you're a goddamn Yankee.
If you anything over the Mason-Dixon, you're a Yankee.
You a Yankee.
All right.
You just a Midwestern Yankee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
did I tell you I was told I wasn't Southern by some dudes from Mississippi?
Yeah,
you did. And we like that don't make no sense.
That still hit me like right here. I was like, what? How you trying to take my Southern away?
All right, let's do something a little bit lighter. I think we done hit some deep points here. Everybody good so far?
I am good. Gucci.
I like this little, I see this topic here, rap and R&B's long-lasting fascination with 90s hip-hop, 90s R&B.
Mm-hmm.
That's never going to die for me.
No. I know for us, but I brought up that point because it's like every song, not every song, but a good chunk of the songs that are popular over the past like 5, 6, 7 years are either sampled by 90s R&B, is influenced by 90s R&B. You can go back to Bruno. Like Bruno even said, like it was pretty much New Jack Swing, and I'm like, that was almost the culmination. It's like, dang.
Well,
like,
see, here's
it wasn't celebrated on the mainstream. Like we used to have our black stations, we hear it, but you see it on BET. You might have had MTV jams, but when MTV played like their regular videos, you didn't see that stuff. So I think that's kind of interesting now.
Here's what I think. Bruno is an anomaly. The man is amazing.
Is.
Like his whole everything that he does, he's created. Now, as far as new artists creating hip hop, creating songs out of R&B that has been around, you have to think about who's producing their music. There are no new producers. Now, when R&B went mainstream, you had brand new people coming on the scene making brand new sounds. Now, a lot of times you have these new people coming out with the same producers that were around then. So they're like, okay, I got something for you, but I remember I created this beat, or I was with so-and-so who created this beat in 1993. Let's use that. So they have a crate of things they can pull from. And they know how to make us listen to it.
I agree with everything you just said, except for people making new sounds. Because there are no new sounds. There's only a certain amount of notes.
Yeah, there's not. That's what I just said. There's nobody making new sounds. There are old producers trying to create new sounds out of old music.
Right. So what I say is I agree with everything you said, except for when you said all these R&B producers came on the scene making new sounds. Because there are
back in the 90s. Back in the 90s, they were.
No, there are no new sounds. There's only a certain amount of chords and notes and things that you and progressions that you can make. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And once they're made, there are never nothing new. You're always doing something that somebody's always done before.
I think the most innovative person of our time was probably Jermaine Dupri and So Def, because they were doing Missy and Aaliyah's music, and those sounds.
That's Timbaland.
Yeah,
Timbaland. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry.
So
was doing like
I'm sorry. But yeah, a lot of the stuff Timbaland was doing, I think he sampled a lot. Like he sampled a shit ton of stuff. But there are a lot of sounds that he did that weren't done before.
That's why he got super rich, because he didn't have to pay a lot of people when he really started to hit his grind.
And I think that when you get a young cat saying, I don't know why y'all all on Aaliyah like that, she wasn't all that, blah, blah, blah. She had these beats that nobody else had.
Uh-huh.
You know? The 1 in a Million beat, that wasn't sampled from shit, I don't think.
Remember when people used to beat that on the desk in class?
Hell yeah. You used to be about to break out the boom, boom. Whole class doing it.
Hell yeah.
But it is a fascination. And some of it is not, it's so lazy.
See, I agree to a certain extent, because I do not really read a lot, but I like kind of look at stuff. There is a lot of new beat makers. So I said, I do agree with your point. And they're sampling that stuff, but they aren't truly producers. They aren't the people that are sitting in the studios, like, you know, vibing out with the artists. It's kind of like they make a beat, they send it, they sell it. That's kind of where people are. They're just sending all over the place. And not to say songs feel empty, but it kind of feel like, I don't know. I just kind of feel like a lot of stuff is just swagger jack from the 90s.
Yeah, there's no
me so badly, because it's like, I'm happy these people are probably getting paid now off the sample if they didn't buy a 360 deal. But it's kind of like, I remember when that was such a small segment, but for us people in this circle, like, that was probably our world. But to the rest of America, that stuff really didn't hit up the charts unless it was like Boys to Men. Like, it didn't really make a major impact outside of our worlds.
Well, see, I used to like when they had the music shows on, you know, the VJ shows or whatever like that, and it'd be the artist with the producer. And the producer was sitting there talking like, yeah, I made this beat especially for her because she had this kind of voice, blah, blah, blah. You can't even do that anymore.
Dude, I was sitting there watching Video Soul, where Donnie Simpson will have like these artists, and they'll tell you, like, even if they didn't write the song, they would say, but it's a meaning, and they work with the writer and all this. I just think now it's just like, you get a song, you get a beat, and kind of a lot of these people perform it. And I think that's why people just keep coming and going right now.
Yeah.
Like, we're still seeing like artists we grew up with are on tour, and they're able to like live well. They might have lost all their money, but now, since that music has lasting effect because it's quality, like, they're able to tour and make money, and just, you know, like, damn, they still out, but they getting that money, they getting that bag. They might be on the road 200 days out the year getting that bag because it was quality.
Donnie Simpson's a vampire, by the way.
Who?
Donnie Simpson's a vampire, by the way.
His sweat look about the same too. It throws.
To Izzo's point though, like, what's the chick out now? She's got the song where straight up, I mean, she took the whole chorus and everything from John B. They Don't Know.
Oh yeah,
they don't know.
I randomly.
This has been going on for so long. Yeah. Like, I thought that was gonna be a fad, but like 3-4 years ago, I remember when that started to become popular, like Tory Lanez and all them people. And I'm like, yo, literally,
that one I can read your mind, baby. I know what you're thinking. I can read your mind, baby. That was so lazy.
Didn't even ad-lib it.
No, it's just they put the whole chorus in there.
Yeah, straight up said they don't know about you and me.
Wow.
I mean, I'm curious to see, like, so like, where's the Ryan Leslie's at? You know,
where is he? That's a good point.
Like, I mean, my man straight up would make an entire beat, and he's got YouTube videos out there where you can watch him in his production where he puts it all together and layers it, and then he sings or whatever on it.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the Ryan
Those
Leslie's
people don't make it, man.
Yeah,
because they don't want to play the game.
Yeah, if you remember Ryan Lesley and know how innovative and how much he's in the money and all the entrepreneurship, you are absolutely right. He don't play that game. He don't play that game. He don't.
There's a certain level you have to be able to give of yourself when you get in the music industry, and you got to be able to say, I know who I am. I know what kind of music I can write and create, but I'll do whatever you want me to, boss.
Yeah.
And a lot of people.
That's why my music failed.
You wouldn't budge.
Nah,
you wouldn't budge. And that's that's what happens, man. People don't. We'd have a lot more artists if we could accept artists for who they are and put out what they create.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. It's like the guy that Erykah Badu made super duper famous, the Nigerian guy.
Oh,
I put his, yeah.
Hey, my man is so talented.
So he makes the clothes he wears, right?
I mean, I didn't know that. That's even more talented.
He don't give he don't give nobody money for what he does. So everything he wears, he makes, the beats he makes, the lyrics he does, the choreography is his girlfriend and her friend. So all the money he makes is his
talent.
And now he's selling out arenas all because Erykah Badu said 3 words. I like it. That's all she did.
I mean, but Buddy is a crazy lyricist, though, man.
Who is this? I didn't catch the name.
I forget his last. It's Toby Mguire or something like that.
Yeah. Let me go to my Instagram. I can tell you exactly who he is.
He's a beast. But
yeah. As a matter of fact, after is Badu said something. Badu said something, and then Chappelle said something. And I think the Chappelle thing was just like right behind Badu. And after that, that's when he made the song, said Badu thinks I'm dope.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, he just blew up.
Izzo, what I said was Jay Mills. Illa Miller was the one that put me on that.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that. Okay. I got you.
Yeah,
his name is Tobin Wigwe.
Hey, my man is so talented.
Yeah. And humble.
You talking about
everything that's happened since then, he's just been so humble about it, and gave his respect to everybody who put him where he is, because he know how hard the industry is. He knows without that, a mainstream company was not going to pick him up.
Yeah.
If you're not screaming liquor companies and clothing lines of people who don't give a shit about black folk, then nobody's picking you up.
Yeah. But that is true. Do you remember probably a couple years ago, I used to play this album and you thought I was playing 80s music for the longest?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a dude named Man Hawthorne, white guy out of freaking I think LA. But it's just, he's still not mainstream. He's been on the night shows and things like that. And if you look, I follow him on Instagram. If you follow him, he's freaking selling out his shows, but it's he's not mainstream because he stayed true to who he is. He's not trying to make a pop hit. He's not trying to make a cookie cutter song. But yet, I listen to his album, it's oh, this junk is just so soulful. It just makes no sense. But it's funny, when you stay true to yourself, sometime it crosses over because people connect to it. But the thing is, if it's not marketed because the companies don't think it's that type of thing, it's over with.
Yeah, I don't know why these companies hadn't cued in the fact that underground hip hop and real hip hop still pulls in crowds and still makes money. Because these guys are selling out stadiums. I mean, but nobody knows about the music unless you know about the underground, what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to exploit something, exploit real hip hop, exploit real artistry.
Yeah.
You out, Sosa?
Yeah, man, I gotta go.
All right, man.
Have a great night.
Take it easy.
All right.
I got a piece out on y'all's too, man.
All right. Well, I mean, damn, everybody leaving.
I ain't going nowhere. We can finish this up.
Okay.
Y'all
All
fellas
right.
take
Well,
it easy. One love.
okay.
All right, man.
Get out, man.
Yeah, for real. Jesus Christ.
All right, I'm out here. Peace.
You one of them people that like want to say bye, but then keep coming in for another plate. Nigga, you about to leave. I got one more minute. I was
trying to follow your point. Now I'm trying to remember what you were saying.
No, I was saying, yeah, if these companies really wanted to make money, then they would get into the underground hip hop scene. Stop making everything so commercial. Doesn't have to be.
That is true. That's like that rapper named Russ. I haven't even listened to his albums or anything, but I've seen him do so many interviews. And it's like you see his shows like that. This dude is selling out stuff. And you know what the main like thing he pushes when he talks in those interviews? He's like, I don't get why all these rappers, and he kind of alluding to like a Futures and people like that, talking about popping pills and all that. Like you're literally feeding like poison to these kids. And it's like he actually ended up getting into a altercation with, I can't remember what the name of the rap, like Smoke Perp is some type of artist, got into an altercation because think about it, Smoke Perp, you already see his drugs, whatever.
The name is Smoke Perp.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And he got into it with him. Dude came at him on Twitter. He wasn't gonna say a word, and then he ended up releasing footage where he damn knocked the shit out of him out at a backstage event. So it's kind of like, you want to play the game, I'm gonna show you what the real is. And he's like, I don't get what people keep doing. It's like, that's not cool. It's not gonna last. Like people really are dying with this stuff. But the thing is, he stayed true and see what followed him, fans. But yet, me as an older person who hasn't, I go dig for music. It hasn't, but it's not presented to me. Like I haven't heard his songs, but I think that's very indicative because it's like he ain't talking about that stuff. That's probably why I'm not hearing him.
Yeah, that's exactly why. Every now and then you might get somebody to sneak through and become mainstream. That's true to what they do.
Like Kendrick, I know everybody uses them, but like they are freaking anomalies. If this was the 90s, we'd be like, man, you remember such and such? Man, they my favorite. But they would have never got shot out the cannon like Jay-Z and Nas were. Never.
Yeah, so that's just the sad part of the game, man. It's a sad part of hip hop. It's room for a lot more artists. There's room for a ton more artists, shit ton more artists.
But it's a damn log jam of the same shit, right? It's the same things. Double time rap. Talk about sipping this. Talking about popping this. Talking about a woman as if she means nothing. To where at some point I think they don't like women. They talk about them so bad in some of the songs.
Bruh, listen, I'll be questioning some of these dudes. I'm like, dude, you really don't like women as much?
You know where this dates back for me? And a lot of people, you might not like this. I didn't get why chicks like Lil Wayne when I was young. Not that his rap. I never had a problem with his rap. They used to talk so bad about women. I didn't get why girls like them. Because I'm like, they be crucifying yo. I remember the Big Thomas songs. Like it was bad.
Yeah, it was off the rip. It was bitch, blah, blah.
I'm like, y'all like that? Like y'all like I didn't get it. But now it's a norm. It's nothing to me now. I've been desensitized from that type of talk.
Yeah. So now that when you do hear somebody talk good about women, it's like, oh, he's something different. He's amazing.
Did you say Drake?
I didn't say crying.
You say crying.
I didn't say crying over women who wouldn't give you the time of day. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know what you're talking about. There's a few things, a few songs. It was like, dude, what in the world is wrong? Who hurt you?
Number one, Stunner is in my mind. Like I remember most of everybody's verses. That's the bad part because I used to love that beat. And it's like, yo, it was wild. Like him and Baby played off of one another for a good part of that song. And I'm like, oh God.
I got no excuse. I can't take up for him because it was bad. It looked real bad.
I mean, it is, man. He did evolve. Like I was listening to this station was playing on Apple Music today, and like we taking over came on, and I remember like that's when I started listening to Wayne a lot. His verse on the end of that damn DJ Khaled song, I said he killed it. He made everybody else in that song seem like it didn't matter, and that's I so wish he stayed in that realm. And I heard his album wasn't bad, but it was like it was so hype, it was good, but it's like already fell to where people don't talk about it now.
Yeah, it was a point. And I just think that he was just living his life that way, man. It was this small point in time where his game, his lyrical game, his rap, everything was just on point. It was just like everything was succinct, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just kept living the way he was living and kind of fell out of it. So now, at this point, he just seems like a hip hop artist trying to keep up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did sound. I heard a little bit of the album. He did sound good. He sounded clear. It sounded like he was in the right space, but not to say
most of them songs was when he was in the right space.
Yeah,
those are old songs.
Yeah, they do sound dated. And I think that's part of the problem. They don't have to sound like today, but it kind of needs to sound different. And some of them did not sound different.
You need to keep your sound with your growth.
Yes, absolutely.
And it wasn't with his growth. It just seemed like something that he was trying to get out for a long time, finally had an opportunity to put it out, and he put it out. I mean, if he really got the okay to go ahead with the name Carter, was it 6? 5?
Carter 5.
Carter 5, then he should have redone the Carter 5.
Yeah.
You know, don't put out what you had for the Carter 5 in 2005. You know,
yeah,
it should have been the album for now.
That's just like with what's his name? T-Pain ended up dropping like a lot of the songs he never releases. He kind of been randomly doing that, but it's kind of to the point like I'm dropping them because they're there, but I wasn't stupid enough to put them on the album because y'all be like, why are you making the same sound from 2009?
Yeah.
He knows better than that. But he's like, I have these songs, they make me no point, so I might as well give them to the world. They make me no money just sitting here, so
yeah. And T-Pain, one of them dudes that just be behind the scenes being a genius. I didn't like him when he first came out. I'm not gonna lie.
Me neither. Because
I just thought he was one of the talentless auto-tune using dudes that was hot at that point. But once you start finding stuff out behind the scenes and you know seeing little things, like this dude really know what he's doing.
Yeah, I love his interviews. Like I watch if he's on an interview with like not say Breakfast Club, but people like listen to him on podcasts stuff like that. He's so hilarious and the dude's so smart. Like he gets it. Like he'll tell you like I wasted a lot of damn money, but at the same time, it's like I know my mistakes and I know where I grew from it. And he was just like, yeah, I still like going to strip clubs and crap, but you won't see me throwing all money around. He said, if I'm there, I'm getting paid to be there.
It's a difference.
Yeah,
difference. I'm working.
He's like, I know the game.
Working.
Yep.
There's a difference between working and getting worked.
He said, normally those places they give you like 5 G's of money and you spend it right there. He said, I also so slick. He's like, shit. Sometimes I used to leave and not throw the money. He got the money to come to the club. Then he get the money to throw the money. He's like, he'll throw a little bit and leave. So he have the money. I said, shit, you
you're damn right.
Because all they do is spark those dope boys to throw money themselves. So that's how they get it.
Because they know it's a competition.
Exactly.
Oh, I see this artist throwing money. I'm gonna throw more money than him.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, nope. I took a 20 and cut it up into ones. That's all you're getting.
I'd be like, I got a size 14. I'm gonna put my foot down and slide some of these.
Slide this stack right here. Yep.
Nobody saw that 20.
You're not getting anything else.
I paid 20 to get in here. I'm leaving with 20.
Exactly. Wait, I want a drink.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it is what it is.
Yes, sir. It is.
Anything else you want to talk about? Anything you wanted to hit on before we?
There was something, but I'll figure it out. Well, the main thing is for anybody listening, I see we do have 2 people listening. So I appreciate you guys in our YouTube channel. You could have chatted with me and nobody talked, but it's all great. Come back next week and we'll chit chat. But I just want everybody to vote. And if you don't know what you're really voting for outside of the obvious, maybe governor or whatever you're at, there's a lot of different websites. I'm not really going to name any because I don't remember off the top of my head. I don't want to waste any more time, but go Google it. A lot of them you could type in your zip code or you could type in your exact address. They'll tell you everything you're voting on. Like here where we are, like we're voting on congressmen in our area. We're voting for governor, secretary of, I guess, state. We're voting for I guess lieutenant governor. It all goes hand in hand now. And that's kind of part of the problem. So a couple of years ago, we voted for the fact that lieutenant governor could have been voted for on its own. Now it's combined with the ticket. Well, it's technically, well, not really. They were trying to combine it to where the governor appoints that person, but we voted it down. So right now here in South Carolina, they're trying to have the state superintendent of education. They're trying to have that person appointed. So there's actually
I got it right here, actually.
Yeah, it's actually a thing on the ballot to if you want that person to be appointed or not, aka elected. I'm going to vote no. That person needs to be elected. I don't want McMaster to appoint out a goddamn soul.
And he's doing governor against James Smith. So you got U.S. representative, South Carolina governor, South Carolina lieutenant governor.
Under the jurisdiction of Joe Wilson, because it does kind of go through Columbia.
You said what?
Do you fall under the jurisdiction of Joe Wilson? Because it does go through Columbia. Because Clyburn is part of Columbia and Joe Wilson is part of Columbia.
Well, it says U.S. Rep. It just has Clyburn. Doesn't have Wilson there.
So Clyburn might be you. You might fall under Clyburn. Me, I actually fall under Joe Wilson. And if anybody knows Joe Wilson, he's the one that told Barack Obama, "You lie." That shit. I will never ever think about voting for him. It might be Satan or the Clemson Tiger mascot on the other side. I'm not.
Oh shit. Oh man, but yeah, South Carolina State Representative, South Carolina Commission of Agriculture.
Yeah.
SC Attorney General, SC State Treasurer, and correct. I think I did say State Superintendent of Education, Comptroller General, and Secretary of State.
And also, I really said. If you have kids or if you don't have kids and care about kids in your area, do pay attention to the people running for the board for like the school districts as well, because it doesn't pop up like to see on the internet. But I did look at the State, which is the newspaper here, and it does give a breakdown of everybody running for like the boards for different areas around here, so you know what board members to vote for, not to vote for. If I'm not mistaken, there's a bond referendum on this side for more funding to build the stadiums at the schools, which they've been trying to do forever. So that's
is that the Amendment 1 thing?
Is
that the Amendment 1 thing for the referendum?
That one might be the superintendent, but I know it depends on where you are, because I'm in District 2 where I'm at. Yep, but that's all I got. Please vote. If you don't know who you're voting for, Google it. Hey, you got until 7 o'clock tomorrow, and it starts 7 a.m.
Yep. So next week, when we come back on next Monday, if you didn't vote and everything went to shit, we're going to cuss y'all motherfucking asses out.
Yep, because I'm getting up early to do it, because I work tomorrow, and I'm not going after work. So
yeah. So I'll be there. I'll be in line around 10:20, 10:20, 10:25.
Yeah, I'm trying to be there at 7. Well, I'll be there before then. So yep. Get it out of the way.
All right. So if you guys wanted to reach us anywhere between now, you can always get us on our other social media networks. We can get us on Google Play Music if you search what now?
Company, because Google's weird.
Yeah. And if you go to iTunes, you can find us
at the Company Podcast. Easy to find.
All right. Yeah. And if what was the other one? Oh, SoundCloud. You find us on the Company?
The Company Podcast.
Yep, the Company Podcast.
And you forgot about it. That's where we started.
Yeah, I know, right? And then after that, we are on Podbean. If you want to find us on Podbean, hit me up, and I will be glad to send you the link for the Podbean. If you wanted to find us or find out how to look us up, you can go to one of those social networking options that I gave you, and our Twitters are there. So just at me and then ask me whatever you need to ask me, or ask anybody else what you need to ask them, and we'll be more than happy to oblige you with an answer.
Yeah.
All right. And if all hearts and minds are clear.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all next Monday. Hopefully we'll have more topics and have not better conversations, because we had a pretty good goddamn conversation tonight. So we'll have some more conversation for you next week. Thank you so much for allowing us to keep you company. You have a good night.
Peace.
Peace. What button am I supposed to push?